A lot can happen in a week, some of it good, some of it bad, some of it downright ugly. When faced with intriguing developments in the week's news, we turn to a rotating panel of non-experts to parse the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. On today's panel, Vivian Ho, health economist at Rice University and Baylor College of Medicine, David Branham, professor of political science at the University of Houston downtown, and Jack Young, artistic director of the Houston Shakespeare Festival and head of UH's professional actor training program. Vivian, David, Jack, welcome to Houston Matters.
Morning.
Thank you.
Panel, with World Cup soccer matches now just weeks away here in Houston, FIFA, which runs the tournament, is under investigation for its sales practices. Attorneys General in New York and New Jersey announced their probe on Wednesday. As Houstonians who have sought out tickets have learned, for the first time, FIFA is using dynamic pricing, which means sharply increased ticket prices for many of its matches. As an example, some tickets to a final match being played in New Jersey initially cost more than $6,000, more than 4 times what the most expensive tickets cost in the last final in 2022. By April, those tickets rose to just under 11 grand. And even at those extremely high prices, fans cannot select their seats, and seating charts are subject to change. Some allege FIFA's operating like a monopoly. The organization's president, Gianni Infantino, says FIFA is just adapting to the North American market. How and when FIFA sells tickets and for how much is under investigation. Is this good, bad, or ugly? Vivian Ho.
Oh, incredibly ugly. You know, economists usually like to allocate tickets based on prices. There's a couple of problems here. First, the monopoly problem. And, you know, we think of there are public utilities that are monopolies, but they look out for the public interest. FIFA is supposed to be looking out for the promotion of soccer, you know, funding soccer things all over the world and all that. And instead, you know, we don't, the fans don't have an alternative. This is the only game in town. It's pretty clear that the officials took bribes to host the games in Qatar in 2022. So this is a very unethical organization. God knows what's going on with all of that money. And you know, maybe we should be thinking about taxing them. The other problem is that economists like to have markets where there is complete information. And of course, the fans are not getting that because they are being forced to buy tickets where they don't know where the exact seat is. And as you said, the seat can actually change. And they're using manipulation on them, saying, buy your ticket now or you're going to miss this once-in-a-lifetime chance. So very disturbing.
All right. Good, bad, or ugly? David Branham.
Well, I'm not going to say good, but I don't really have a problem with high ticket prices, especially when they're in high demand. But as Vivian said, the information asymmetry is a big problem here, where they're basically saying, put your money up now, and then we'll decide if it's enough or not. I mean, this is a market failure, and so that needs to be taken care of. I mean, I've always been a person who said, look, you know, if ticket prices are high, then and people are willing to pay it, then they should be able to get their money. And I don't really believe this is a monopoly any more than the NFL or Major League Baseball or many other sports around this country. And this is a world market here that we're talking about. So in a sense, you know, they have this corner on the market, but the reason why they have it is because they have the best soccer players in the world, and the best, all the countries are coming together. They all want in there, and they want to be in this tournament, and that's the reason why the ticket prices are so high. But they need to take care of these issues of basically saying, put up your money, and then we're going to decide whether you have a seat or not. We're going to decide where your seats are, all of that. You need to be able to know exactly what you're buying when you buy it.
Good, bad, or ugly? Jack Young.
Yeah, I think good, bad, and ugly comes together for a lot of people called arithmetic. Because on the number side, I heard the Knicks and the Cavs first game, 53 grand for a pair of tickets, center court.
Wow.
So, and you know, if somebody's got that money, I guess they can buy it, and I'm sure they're sitting there center court because they were buying this ticket center court. But to the other side of things, I guess there's a sucker born every minute. And if you're of the mind to put that kind of money down with that kind of so little assurance, then I guess you should go on that ride. I'll be surprised or not surprised when I'm watching in the comfort of my own home and seeing the large swaths of empty seats because they thought the folks were showing up, and
it'd be a pleasant surprise, right?
So.
Speaking of big money, Houston billionaire Tilman Fertitta may soon own Caesars Palace. Fertitta Entertainment is poised to acquire Caesars Entertainment in a $17.6 billion deal to create one of the country's largest hotel, restaurant, and casino empires. Fertitta Entertainment will pay roughly $5.7 billion and assume another $11.9 billion in outstanding debt unless a better offer comes along between now and July 11th. As the Houston Chronicle's Erica Greeter reported Thursday, if the acquisition is approved by shareholders and regulators, it will mean Houstonians will be able to use Caesars Rewards program in Fertitta-owned restaurants and destinations. That includes Landry's, Morton's, and Saltgrass Steakhouses. On the flip side, it might also mean Caesars will stop taking bets on the Fertitta-owned Houston Rockets, like Fertitta's Golden Nugget casinos do not do. The same may be true for the WNBA franchise Fertitta just bought to relocate to Houston from Connecticut. The proposed Caesars purchase comes while Tilman Fertitta, by the way, is serving as U.S. ambassador to Italy and San Marino, and as his son directs Fertitta Entertainment. Fertitta may be buying Caesars. Is this good, bad, or ugly, David?
I'm going to start off just saying good. I mean, this is kind of exciting for Houston. As you see today, I'm wearing my Vegas Golden Knights hat because, you know, the Caesars Palace is just a few blocks away from the T-Mobile Center. And the only NHL game I've been able to see over the last 2 decades was right there because it's right there on the Strip. I had a great vacation. I was able to go see Absinthe, which is a fantastic show. Got to see the LPGA out at Shadow Creek. And I got to see the Golden Knights, an NHL game. Now, I've seen the Arrows before. That wasn't NHL, but it was awesome. But the Golden Knights were awesome too. And now they're in the Stanley Cup Finals. And they got a new coach. Jack Eichel and the gang are really doing well. So it's exciting. And so now we have Caesars Palace right down the street where you'll be able to go in. It's an old hotel, remember? I mean, it's got history. You know, Evel Knievel did the fountain jump there and crashed. Then his son did the fountain jump and made it. And then, you know, in the Mirage in between the building of Caesars, the Mirage has come and gone. It's next door neighbor in that time. It's a really old hotel. So it's got this history, though, that makes it really the center of the Strip. And so I'm going to say this is good. It's a great addition to Vegas. And I think it's good that Tilman Fertitta is getting it.
All right, good, bad, or ugly, Jack.
I'll say it's good. It's got to be right on brand. The man's name is Fertitta, which is Italian. Of course he's going to own Caesars. He's not going to own the place that has the Eiffel Tower. He's not going to own Moulin Rouge.
He does own Circus if this goes through, though. That's part of the deal.
Sorry, I don't
Comes
know
with it.
Got to have a place for the kids.
The few times I was in Vegas, I was only on the campus of UNLV. I kept my money in my pocket and let my other friends go downtown. But sure, it's right on there. And why not? It's his $17.6 billion. So, you know, all the folks at Saltgrass can know that they can make their way to Vegas with some kind of perk.
All right, good, bad, or ugly, Vivian.
I'm going to be contrarian here, taking account this is a non-expert panel. I am worried that this could turn out badly. I have a really favorable impression of Tilman Fertitta because he has done so much for Houston, and he's been an excellent philanthropist as well. I'm worried this is almost, you know, he's off being an ambassador, and this rings like David Ellison buying Paramount, and so it's the son who's decided to expand the empire. I just don't see that much synergy between the Las Vegas businesses and the successful restaurants. And, you know, so my brother, before Spirit Airline went out of business, would go, he lives in LA, and he would go once in a while and he'd check out Vegas. It is clearly dropped in popularity because we have online gambling. We have, you know, all of these websites where you can gamble now. I think Las Vegas is on the decline, and I hope that he's not in trouble. That company does have $11.9 billion in debt. But again, I'm not an expert.
I think Vegas is making a turnaround, though. I don't think they're focused so much on gambling anymore. I went to Vegas, and I never put a chip on a table or a quarter in a slot. And I had a great time. So I think it's a place where you can go, and it isn't necessarily gambling that you're going for, and which is a whole lot different than it was a few decades ago.
Yeah, but you are basking in the glow of your Golden Knights fandom. That's very clear.
Yeah. Rubbing it in.
Panel, the Volo Museum near Chicago wants a hearing in New York to contest a traffic ticket it received this month. See, the museum has a replica of the black Trans Am featured on the 1980s TV series Knight Rider. On the show, the sports car named Kit was sentient and spoke using actor William Daniels' voice as it sped David Hasselhoff's Michael Knight from one episode to the next. But the car in the museum has not budged in years, so museum officials are baffled by the $50 traffic ticket they received, which alleges their car was going 36 in a 25-mile-per-hour zone in Brooklyn last month. Traffic camera photos back it up, showing a black Trans Am, also with the famous 80s-era California plate that reads Night, just like on the show and at the museum. But the museum's replica is unregistered, and this is also not the first time this has happened. City records show the license plate is connected to 5 other unpaid traffic violations since late 2024. A stationary replica of Kit from Knight Riders grounded in Illinois, but getting traffic tickets in New York. Is this good, bad, or ugly, Jack?
It's bad. It's the AI apocalypse coming for us. They only think that car is sitting there in Chicago. It has enough sentience to sneak its way out and them never know and make it all the way to New York. Unfortunately for the sentient car, it doesn't realize the New York bots have tracked it down as well. So now we have the New York-Chicago AI war going on, and we don't even know about it. It's going on right underneath our fingers. I'm glad you've uncovered it, Craig.
Michael, they'll never know what I'm doing. You got to remember the show. Good, bad, or ugly, Vivian?
Yeah, I agree. It's bad. I used to love that show. I'll date myself because I remember watching it as a kid. I think it's AI, but I think the problem is that someone in the New York office just fed all the camera shots in to AI and said, send tickets, and this is what you get.
Good, bad, or ugly, David?
I think William Daniels is still alive, right?
Yes.
So he could actually still be doing this voice. And so,
Or AI has stolen his voice.
this just shows that mistakes get made all the time. I just watched the news this morning, and a police officer gave a woman a ticket for texting with her right hand while she was driving when she didn't even have a right hand. It was
Oh, wow.
It was absolutely incredible. So mistakes get made all the time. And, it's just really good if the police can understand that they make mistakes and say, okay, you're saying that this is wrong. Let's check it out and make sure, instead of writing 5 tickets over and over again and making the same mistake over and over again.
That's what AI wants you to think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It sure does, logically for a moment, it sure does seem that there is somebody in New York who not only has this replica car, they know about the one in the museum in Chicago. Maybe they've been there. Maybe they worked there at some point. It's somebody with some connection to that, and they're just getting away with this.
Yeah,
That's
and
gotta
they're
be what
probably
it's about.
laughing their head off.
Well, and the Trans Am is pretty popular. I mean, my cousin had that car. So all you have to do is get the plates, right?
But one in New York?
But it doesn't have the. Yeah, it's not the Knight Rider car.
No, it's
Certainly
true.
not without William Daniels' voice. Vivian Ho is a health economist at Rice University and Baylor College of Medicine. David Branham is a professor of political science at UH downtown. Jack Young's artistic director of the Houston Shakespeare Festival. Thank you all very much.
Thank
Thank
you, sir.
you.
Thanks.
Have a good weekend.